What is this wrapped around? What was my blood pressure last?
One. She said it was good. 129/79. 130/79. It was good.
Good Sunday afternoon, guys. We are live here at the Greenview TriStar Medical Center, TriStar Hospital. Most of you that watched her you guys watched her online auction last night. Knew that I had failed and thought that I had cracked my ribs or broke them or bruised them bad. We went on home after the auction and I decided not to go to the hospital. And this morning around 4:35, I got up just excruciating pain from where I fell on my ribs. So I told Mom, I said, I better go get them checked out and make sure that, they're not like punching in my lungs or something like that. So I told her, I said, you stay here with the kids and I'll drive over there. It's 25 miles to Bowling Green. I was fine about driving. I wasn't going to be lifting the truck or anything. So she said, just call me if you have to have a ride home. And they did the x-rays on my ribs, and then they came back in here and finally gave me some morphine for the pain, and they said they needed to do a CT scan with contrast, and I couldn't figure that out why. So I started getting a little concerned. And the reason I'm on here telling you guys this is, it's like I told you last night, I consider y'all my second family. We've known each other now, at least through YouTube, for quite a few years. Interest. And they waited for some reason for Indy and the girls to get over here. So as soon as they get here, the doctor comes in here, sits down right over there. And he told me, that, I'm not got a broken rib or fracture, but it's pretty bruised. He said, what I'm more concerned with is they found what is it called, nodule, the size of my fist in my left lung. And he said, I'm just going to go right ahead and tell you that more than likely it's cancer. He said, of course, I ain't got no way of knowing, but more than likely that it is. And it does look like it's treatable. And he said, they're going to admit me in the hospital tonight. And run a tube down my nose and throat and down into my lungs and take a clipping off of that cancer tumor that's the size of my fist, and then send it off to see what type cancer, or even if it is cancer, and He just said he'd seen enough of them. So what we're hoping right now is that it's isolated there in my lungs, and he said you're pretty lucky that you did fall, because if you hadn't have fell, it might have been 2 or 3 more years before you found it, and it could have got bigger and bigger, and it'd been too late. So we're praying that it's isolated there. So if they confirm that it is cancer indeed with the biopsy, then they'll do another body scan with contrast over my whole entire body to see if the cancer has spread. So we're in the hospital now, and he said while they're waiting for those results to come back, he might let me go home, but then we will be going to see an oncologist and radiologist and surgeons to make plans, to come up with a plan to fight the cancer. And I'll tell you, I'm going to fight it. And they've got me sort of drugged up now, so I'm not really talking a whole lot, but I'm talking fast or whatever. But you guys are my family, like we said last night, and I know how that at the end of every auction, I always say a prayer. And you guys, I need you to say a prayer. So please, please pray for me that tomorrow that it'll wind up being just maybe a big scar tissue, or some other type thing he called, or just a fatty tumor. Because you guys are going to be wondering what's going on, and I probably won't be able to get on here a whole lot because I still have a lot of pain to where I bruised my ribs, but now where they say the cancer is at over here, I've not really got no pain. And that big fist-sized cancer, I've not got any pain coming from that side. So most of my pain and everything, and then they gave me something to sort of calm my nerves down, because you guys know how big of a warrior I am, and I just need your prayers. I want to go. I told you I was on my farewell tour, but I didn't want to be in just 2 or 3 days or months. I want to be at 20-some years that you guys are having to put up with my pretty face and my intellectual thoughts. So, some of the other guys that gets on here, I love y'all too. Me and my daughter here, my other daughters and my wife, we'll just come up with a plan of attack along with the doctors and God, and we'll go from there. I'm not scared. We're sort of angry a little bit because we got a lot more stuff rolling on that we wanted to do, but that's okay. And I'll leave it in God's hands. And, before I found out any of this, me and him had a really good talk in here this morning, just talking back. You'd think 2 old buddies was in this room talking, and maybe he was just prepping me for the bad news. I know he was. He was prepping me for the bad news that I was going to get. But the nurses and the doctors and the CNAs, they've been super, super nice. The x-ray technicians, the CT scan ladies and lady drawing the bloods, and they've been super nice to me as far as getting me warm blankets and things like that. But I will keep you guys updated. I love y'all. I want to be back in front of that wheel and auction some of you guys some items. I will miss you until we get to do that again. Keep your heads up and sending prayers for Uncle Jed. I don't ever ask for a whole lot, but I do ask that you pray for him, because I know God can do it. So God bless y'all. Y'all my favorite peoples in the whole world. And I just hate maybe what's going to happen to where you guys are not going to have old Uncle Jed's auction sheds. Maybe we can talk old Aunt India into having them every once in a while for us. And, I mean, she does a good job, I'll tell you that. And, I mean, she does a super good job. And I know she's going to have her hands full taking care of me. I know that. And but maybe later on, Miss India will be, have just a super great show. She loves y'all too, and I know y'all love her. And I got to get off here. The medicine's trying to make me go to sleep. So we love you guys.